Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. The time for talk is over as we are just mere moments away from the Super Bowl. Two teams now have a chance to prove they are the best. It's the Jets going up against the 49ers.
Larry, it has been a tumultuous yet utterly riveting 2018 NFL season, and it all comes to a close here tonight as we welcome you to Super Bowl 53 from two-year-old Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. First carry for Carlos Hyde. He fights forward for a couple with a penalty flag down. And the linemen, they're already walking back. That time, the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
Here we go now.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Complete here, it's Hyde. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
Here we go now.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. Complete to the right. This is Garcon. And down he'll go at the 25. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, and that was a nice job of improvising, but it's not normal. Usually when the screen pass is taken away, you're taught to just throw the ball at the ground at the feet of the receiver so that you don't get it intercepted and just start over. But he ended up finding another receiver.
Able to spin free. Accelerating, and off he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 87 yards. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about it, Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out there, a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So they had great field position, but a 3-play drive that actually goes backwards, and then they kick the field goal.
And I think the key sequence in there, the key phrase you just gave us, a 3-play drive. Had the momentum, great field position, unable to move the football.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's going to be run over, hit hard, as he'll be marked down. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a 1st down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
And this one's incomplete. George Kittle, the receiver that he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Check. 3 out. Here we go now. Leopard.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Caught left side, Garcon. And he's brought down after a good gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And a first carry now for Hyde. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And while there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. Forced out to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
Now let's go. Green 39.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Second down now after the pass completion.
Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. Here we go now. Watch it now, Barney. All right, now look at 56. Got 3.
A first carry for Elijah McGuire. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And down to the 36-yard line here. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
All right, here we go. Green, 39. Hot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Flushed out right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Set. Green, 39. Back there, Philly. Here we go.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And this is caught at the 8. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Here we go now. 3-19. Back there, Philly. Here we go.
And now here's a carry heading left. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Now, check. Patriot.
He'll drop to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Austin Seferian-Jenkins. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. And he's got it up and through. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it 3rd down. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. David Bass in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for San Francisco. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. Look at the spin.
Balance.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. They'll set up to throw. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Quincy Enunwa, 54 yards. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with, but it's 2nd down. On 2nd down, Hyde. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Garoppolo. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. First down, a run with Hyde. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Now let's go. Over. Back down to that Philly. Here we go.
On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. 3-4 defense, usually here you'll see the linebackers come up, make those plays, but the nose tackle also vital.
That was so vital because what you just pointed out, normally he eats up blockers that allows the linebackers to get to the ball carrier. In this case, he did his job and then some, and there was no gain at all for the runner.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. No. Check. Watch it now, Barney. Detroit. Leopard.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Muhammad Wilkerson breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Over. Here we go now.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Anderson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Now McGuire. They find some open field here. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Oh, design run for their wideout. Anderson a 1st down and more. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll drop the throw. And incomplete. Probably should have had that one, but with the game he's having tonight, maybe they'll let it go.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. They'll run with McGuire. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a third one.
Yeah, now from this spot on third down, they can probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here, I don't believe. I think they go ahead and try and throw it for a touchdown. Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
Following the field goal on is Locke Edwards to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. They're the 49ers getting set to trot out there. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
All right, now, look at 56. Now, let's go. 3, Leopard. Leopard. All right, now, look at 56. Lucky 56.
Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he'll be out of bounds up near midfield at the 49. A good pickup there of 22.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
They run high. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Now, let's go.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Now, Barney, hurry up, here we go.
Slot. Hey, you're on an island over there. You're on an island.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Darren Lee in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Now the Jets offense about set to take over as they head onto the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
All right, here we go. Blue line. 56. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw now in his own end zone. Eric Armstead. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Jets on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Got to be careful here, backed up this deep on 3rd down. Steps up under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. And San Francisco gets set to go here. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56. Over. Detroit.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. So we've come upon halftime here in Super Bowl 53. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half.
And it's a fumble, but I think a Jet was able to recover, and they'll keep possession thanks to a heads-up play.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The fumble, but they're able to maintain possession. Now it's second down.
All right, here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. But one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. Fielded at about the 28. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Niners set up well. They take over first. 10 on the short side of the field. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right.
Here we go now.
Again, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam to the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90. We got to get this stop. Over.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And able to find Garcon. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage, look defensively. Garoppolo now. The ball comes out. And will they call it a touchback? No, it's out at the 1-yard line. They were inches there from blowing a golden scoring opportunity. Gotta figure this is one they need here on 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Williams. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Another stop on 3rd down, and this defense still hasn't allowed a touchdown to this point.
Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down.
No. Check. Patriot. Gun.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, a 1-yard touchdown reception. And the 49ers get a score closer. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. Gold now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And the Jets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's McGuire. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
He hits Jermaine Kearse. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. 3 yards remaining here on second down. They'll look to throw. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. And the defense with their backs against the wall a little bit here as the offense is in the red zone. On first down, they'll run it on the draw play. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
The best play callers in any league know how to break their tendencies. They study themselves, they self-scout, and they realize most of the time you don't call a draw play on 1st and 10. So every so often you insert that play just to make the defense think, even if it's not successful.
And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. The Jets on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. He'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. Oh, and they had him stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. So give them the yardage on the pass and half the distance to the goal line.
Because they're inside the 30, so now you don't march off the full 15, right? You have half the distance to the goal. In any event, that's precious real estate given up.
First and goal from the 5. Defense showing blitz.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Shift together here from the D-line. They come out here in the I. 2nd and goal. Defense digging it. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. Taking it in. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
We know that the big guys won't get the credit, Brandon, but we also know that that touchdown belongs to them. Excellent job of clearing the way for their running back.
Point after now from Catanzaro. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And San Francisco gets set to go here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
When the big guy rumbles down the center of the field and he gains leverage on a guy trying to cover him, it is really, really tough for the defender to get through him to make a play on the football. That's why guys love to throw that route down the middle, throw it deep, and let the big guy go get it.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hurry up, here we go.
They go play action here on first down. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, Brandon, this is a former first-round pick, and he's been a bit of a disappointment in his career up till now, but he's still got room to grow. And this is an excellent play right here to come away with the football.
On the carry, this is McGuire. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. A gain of 3, second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
On third down, it's McGuire. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Pushing his way through. 12 yards on the return that time. And the Niners will go on offense. First and 10. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Darren Lee in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. The Niners on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 16. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now Garoppolo, gotta have this one. And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jets are going to get the football here in great field position. Well, they've clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down? They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. Dropped at the 35. Able to display his agility, but not much room to operate. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Set. Speed. Over.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And last time, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. We'll see if they can pick themselves up off the mat and do better this go-around.
Sometimes I have this vision of coaches writing notes to themselves before a game. And sometimes that note says, be aggressive, stay aggressive. Maybe that's what we saw in the last possession.
Yeah, they were very aggressive. This time, will it result in points? We'll find out. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves his sticks. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Here we go. Detroit.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo looking deep downfield. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now they try the right side here. And a nice pickup as this one gets them to the 10-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They go again with McGuire. Room here to run. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 30, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And this Jets offense continues to pour it on. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So able to break through the initial contact and then down right near the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. On play action, now Garoppolo. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Marcus May with a pick. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Facing this 4th quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a 1st down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a 4th down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just to knock it free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, 1st down. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a jet shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Time running out here on the play clock. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 40. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22.
They had 2 tight ends in the formation on that one. It looked to me like he had his pick of receivers downfield.
I think he was just planning on going over the middle. That's what he did.
Picked up 1st down, too.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that, because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
And yet again, it's Garoppolo being chased out left. Now he's going to let it go deep left. And now here is another interception. Marcus May with a pick. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And the defense definitely showing blitz here. Now a handoff looking right. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
So they are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And he'll bang that one through. Now the punter who also does the kickoff duties, Locke Edwards, out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So this brings up a 2nd and 2.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Hey, we got 3 outs.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Eyes on 10. Let's go, Stan. Make some noise.
They run it again with Williams. And now look at him go. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A big play there. 67 yards. And the Niners, they eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Gold now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. They have the big cushion. Here in the final stages of this one, I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel.
Anderson loses the football. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. And it's a defensive return for a late touchdown. So they still need somewhat of a miracle here, but at least that gets them a little bit closer. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out come the Jets. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment. And to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. And that rushing touchdown is fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A big play there for the Niners. 44 yards. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's 3rd and short. And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game.
Tight end right, tight end right.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
One final try now for Garoppolo. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. And the New York Jets have won the Super Bowl. And the Lombardi Trophy will be in the Big Apple. And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways. They get to put next to their name, Super Bowl champion.
And they can't ever take that away, can they?
Nope.
That lasts forever. So good to see the emotion when it's all said and done. You see the hugs, you see the guys sharing, the collective happiness. Makes me want to carry you around a little bit on my shoulders to celebrate the triumph. And congratulations to them, a fantastic season.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.